Hello everybody, welcome back once again. We're playing Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Of course, this is a new game plus, and we're just about to head into the Forgotten Battlefield.
You'll get used to them. We're going to see a lot more.
If we hurry, we can cross before nightfall.
Wait. Could we bury Gustav?
I wish we could, but protocol is to keep moving. Gustav would understand.
We can look for a suitable place along the way, yeah? We'll find a nice spot.
Actually, there is a place. Past the quarry, out of sight of the painters. A tranquil haven, protected by magnificent trees. I think you'll approve.
Lead the way.
Let me show you something.
This will hurt. Fiery.
Any other tricks we should know?
One thing at a time.
Yeah, actually there is another trick, which was the gradient attacks. Which he hasn't taught them yet. Notice my party order was not correct. No, that's fixed. Although, oh, yeah, I mean, Mael wasn't in the right spot, but also that wasn't a first strike, so it kind of wouldn't be right anyway. I think Mael, let's see if Mael's, she might actually be the fastest one on the team at 3502, 17, wow, he's slow right now. 3593, yeah, she's got, Mael's got Lune beat just a little bit by speed. Don't think there was anything actually over in this first spot. Once we get through the gate, though, that's where it really opens up, and there's a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
These are all expeditions?
A single Nevron took out most of them.
Is it still around?
I've only seen it once, many years ago, so most likely not.
Which is either a lie, or he genuinely doesn't know that, yes, it is indeed still around.
So much potential.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt this time.
Overflowing with energy.
I'll probably just make Mael solo it again. Make things a little bit more interesting. That fight actually is really fun. Probably one of the most fun fights actually in the game.
Is flowing.
Seems really loud for some reason.
Now's our chance. Meet your reckoning.
Alright. That's done.
Useful.
Grab some chroma here. Let's go on this other side. Because I think this kind of makes this is kind of a dead end over this way. We'll take care of this stuff first. I'm tempted to not fight like literally all these battles, but I don't know if I'm gonna miss out on some, you know, weapon upgrades or something because of that, so I'll probably just wipe it all out. Not like yeah, it's not like these battles aren't incredibly fast.
Now is
I
our
can probably
chance.
invest the 30 seconds or whatever it is to take them all.
Meet your reckoning.
Let's see. Yeah, okay, 14 seconds. A little off there. This just leads back. Let's take the stairs up here. Okay, crippling tsunami.
Nice.
You can see that must be chroma over there, it looks like. We'll get that in a bit. Could have swore I saw something else though over here. Nope. Where was that? Ah, there it was.
Well, that will help.
Healing tint shard, okay. Bunch of bodies.
Great.
Sweet kill converted to chrome. Okay, that's lame.
So much potential.
Okay, well it looks like we've got everything from over here. Let's drop down on this guy.
Devastating. Feel the storm.
Nice.
Okay, this side is completely done. Keep blasting here.
So much potential. Feel the storm.
Let's go back this way. That makes sense. Grab that. Another revived tint. How many are we up to now? 16 of them. Alright. It's kind of crazy. Can't imagine dying 16 times in a battle, right? I think the max on the first playthrough was 11. The numbers seemed off to me too. Like I want to say it was like 7 healing tints, 8 or 9 of whatever the blue ones are, and then 11. Yeah, revive tints. I don't know how they landed on those numbers, but it seemed weird, right? I guess I kind of... There's that energizing start leveling up. It just, you know, it seemed odd to me. Like, well, why that and not like even across the board, like 10 of everything, right, or something like that. Let's do wildfire first. Boom, and one shot everything. Yeah, you know, gotta say, a bit disappointed here in the difficulty of New Game Plus. I just was, I think, maybe hoping a little for something a little bit closer to, and I should say, I mean, there's challenges, right? Like you can turn on, I don't know, there's some, I should check what those options are, but I guess I was kind of hoping for something more similar to Triangle Strategy, where, you know, New Game Plus is kind of baked into the progression of the game, right? Like they intend you to be playing at least a second playthrough, and so the, you know, the difficulty stays, you know, well through the second playthrough. But I do think that in my initial playthrough, the damage cap being removed is what. Well, I shouldn't say that. Even before that had happened, I think that I was already really feeling the difficulty spike reduced, and that could have been my levels. You know, I spent so much extra time, like in the Just Roll arena, spamming fights to get cash, so that I could take that to the fountain to get that Pictos there, right? So it certainly could have been a lot on my end, but you know, it also made for some fun challenges though, like doing the duelist battle with Mael only, and then I think I used her base weapon too, like her unupgraded weapon, to even nerf the damage down a bit more, because I think I actually started with the Jarum, and she was just decimating him with fire damage, right? Because every time she'd counter, she'd put a bunch more fire stacks on him. So that was it was interesting. There's the paint spike that we can't get at right now. I thought there was something up. Oh yeah, that's where the paint spike leads to. What do we have up here? Looks like maybe something around that corner, if I remember right. These guys were actually, actually I should say the next battle down below, the one with 3 of these guys, that was actually tough to get on my, or to get down on my initial playthrough. You know, they've got 3 different weapon styles, I think, if I remember right. It was just a little bit difficult to get their patterns down. And they're kind of beefy on top of that. There's a 21 to 28 for energizing death. I should probably equip some of these. Oh, here we go.
Interesting.
Oh, that's the flag through there. Should equip some of these. I'm sure there's a bunch of these Pictos that are probably a lot better now than what I'm using. But that's something for another time.
A storm has come.
I should say specifically Verso there and his atrocious speed right now. Aha! Sprong actually was gonna get it, so I think, what was it? The ladies got a bunch of turns before Sprong, and then Sprong was gonna get his first turn, and Verso hadn't even been able to act yet because his speed is so much lower than Lune or Mael. So that was kind of interesting. There's a switch to open up this door. Did I? Oh, I must have respawned to these guys by hitting the flag, or one of the flags. That's alright though. I know I took out all this stuff, so I'm not going to do that again. Maybe I'll... Oh, well, they're kind of swarming.
Now's our chance. Now's our chance. Meet your reckoning.
Ow. Well, okay, so apparently that one enemy was close enough that it sent me right back into battle. It's kind of funny. Oh, look at this guy chasing me. Get lost. Get lost, you little punk. Don't want any. And that's where we went. So yeah, we're good to go here. Let's hit this flag. Yeah, what are the challenges anyway? Limit maximum damage. Oh, you can... Oh, okay, that's interesting. You can limit your max damage to 99,000, basically 100k, right? Or limit it to a mil. What's the enemy life? Enemy life multiplier times 100? Okay, yeah, that'd be... Yeah, okay. I definitely see how that would be a little bit more challenging. Enemy life times 100, okay. So I would have had to do Sprung or all those turns that I did 100 times to actually take them out. Yeah, that I could definitely see that be a bit more of a challenge then. Although that was, you know, yeah, I don't know. That could maybe. Oops. Should have initiated the first strike. I think I'll be all right here. Yeah, maybe the extreme challenges there would be something to do for the next new game. Although I'll be honest, I probably won't do another New Game Plus. Although that's the only way to get all of the baguette weapons or whatever. I don't know how to say that word if it's a French word. Maybe I'm saying it right, but yeah, you got to do 2 New Game Pluses at least to. Well, you have to play all the way through, I should say, right? Because it's technically the beginning of this 3rd New Game Plus that you can actually buy the other 2, right? Because the first New Game Plus, we're actually not able to buy anything with those tokens because we don't have the tokens until we don't have access to the merchant.
Good stuff.
Right, and so technically it's the following New Game Plus that you can actually buy those weapons, which does seem really effing silly. I don't know why they did that. I guess it may be a little bit of a reward, sort of, if you like didn't buy the things in your first playthrough. Which, let's see, there's the Pictos, although I can't remember if the Pictos is actually a full Pictos or if it's just upgrading one of them. And then it's some, maybe like a hairstyle or something. And then what's the 3rd thing? Oh, the key. The Old Lumiere. No, I'm sorry. Is it Old Lumiere? Yeah, it is Old Lumiere. And there's a journal, right? So that's the last reward. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'd rather just make sure that I got all that stuff my first playthrough and worry about those goofy weapons some other point, or at some other point. Also, it feels like if you skip over some of that stuff in the prologue, it doesn't really feel like you're, getting 100%. Okay, well, that's that. Where's the Patank at? Obviously, there's one around here somewhere. I just gotta find him. Chase him over here. feel like I did. Is this where that chroma was at? Yeah, it was right there. All right, let's hunt this thing down. Hunt him down and beat him up. Oh, here we are. Let's see. Push him this way. Okay, he's going right for it. Good boy. Said it wrong. Good boy.
I'll do it.
Oh! Still got it. Still got it. Alright, color Illumina times 5. Can handle that. Let's get out of here. I guess I could hit the flag here, huh? Why not? Alright, here is a faded person. Let's take a look. You're awake? Surprising. Oh, this has got to be Clair. That looks way too much like Clair to be anyone else. Have you sufficiently recovered? If so, then you can help. There's much left to do. Who are you? Help with what? I guess not. Pity. I'd hope to return to more important. This is definitely Clair. But instead I must occupy my time with this. What important matters? Vengeance. I will settle this conflict once and for all. Yeah, this is 100% Clair. I don't really have time for this. It's probably for the best that you don't get involved after what happened before. Go and play with your friends. I'll handle this. The woman has gone silent. Yeah, that's 100% Clair. No question about that.
Emily, Expedition Wolf 41. My bag's getting weighed down from all my kills. Maybe I need to pick smaller trophies. Estelle bagged 7 of those armoured nevs. So I've got to get at least 8 in this next batch if I'm going to beat her. Leah showed me how to double up my weapon pictos. Might not be stable, but the bang's going to be worth it. The painters might be out of our reach, but her minions aren't. And if I die, I'm gonna make sure I die big. Like Xavier says, subtlety is not our game. We only live till 40. So let's go make some friends.
Let's go make some friends. I like that. Yeah, so, okay, so these are Expedition 41. Yeah, they're not counting their final year of life. Oh, well, no. Okay, yeah, they would turn 41. And then Gamage, right, I assume maybe like right away. Yeah, so I guess that does mean only they live till 40. So, okay, yeah, fair enough. At least that expedition, right? So it is kind of interesting as the, expeditions count down, they're living shorter and shorter lives, which is insanely depressing. Let's go up here. Alright, so this empowering tint chroma didn't level. We just got chroma, which also is, let's be honest, is effing lame. Yeah. I'll go back and take out that chromatic here in a second. Path cleared here. Let's do this.
Feel the storm.
All right. Luster.
Feel the
Pretty
snow.
lusty. Just looking at these ladies with I don't know, something in his eyes. Lust in his eyes, I guess. Just lust. Oh, I must have got a bunch of fire hits in there. That's lame. All I saw was green. It was like, it was going down, going down, going down, and then like, it was like 3 or 4 hits right in a row. Just green, green, green. Ah. Right, there's the Lustison. Which is, yeah, lusty as well. Alright. One of these times I should trigger an autosave, then go, you know, whack something that is given a weapon upgrade, but upgrade the weapon first and see, you know, kind of what happens then. If it goes even higher or...
Looks like we passed the danger zone.
And no sign of your special Nevron.
Oh, I guess we're lucky.
Not that lucky, though. Alright, so was there a paint cage around here or something? Is that what I just shot? Yeah. That is indeed what I just shot. Alright, where's the last one? He's making a mess over here. Is that you too? What are you doing? Oh, there it is.
An advantage.
Alright, chroma elixir. Looks like we've got a expedition log up here. Oh, he's got like a horn on his head. What's going on here?
Expedition 57, Carla. These siege engines seemed much more powerful in Lumiere. But on this battlefield, next to all these broken bodies, staring at the true size of the monolith, I feel despair. I dare not show my true feelings. As commander, I cannot yield to fear, but I can't help but wonder, is pressing forward the correct course of action? Our lives are forfeit anyway, but is there perhaps a better way to spend such precious coin?
It seems weird to frame it in that way. So our lives are forfeiting, but is there perhaps a better way to spend such precious coin? I mean, I would have assumed a society like this wouldn't be, you know, preparing the expedition using like money, right? Maybe it's a bad assumption on my part, but it seems like you know, for something like this, you kind of come together and I mean I don't know. That's a tough one for me. You know, I don't know how the governing body of, you know, Lumiere works. There's you know, apparently some council. So what is that? It's the council collecting taxes and you know, then using this tax money to purchase these weapons. I don't know. It's hard to know. Crossing the damn sea was hard, but oof, didn't expect to find a war zone brimming with Nevrons. Well, yeah. What did you expect over here? Oh man, she's getting like 4 turns in a row. Yeah, we'll just take this guy out and continue on with life. I'm gonna part with my secret stash, but you dueled me good. Have a look-sees. Dueled me good. There's the Obscur for Mael. Let's get some of these color illuminas. Upgrade this inverted affinity. The Benesim is already level 28, so there's no reason to buy that. Good luck on your trip. Hey, thanks, little buddy. Alright, let's pop back down below. I mean, I could see, like, it would make more, or feels like it should make more sense to me if they said something like, you know, precious manpower or, you know, precious time, right? Because that's what it ends up being at the end of the day. It's people coming together and working on these things and building them with their time. I don't know, just coin feels weird for a world like this. Anyway, let's rest. I think I'm gonna do this with Mayo solo. Although, God, if she just one-shots this guy, I'm gonna be pretty disappointed.
Hey. You holding up? We're almost there.
Holding up. Everywhere we go, just death. Death and more death. Everywhere we go, just death. I don't want to see that anymore.
Look, my
I
Elliot.
thought you would understand. You said you spent your immortality burying the people around you. Doesn't any of this bother you? And you. Gustav's dead. How can you keep going like nothing happened?
We need to continue.
Why do you...
Mael. You know what we must do. When one falls, come on.
Are you hurt?
Fine. Thanks.
Ready?
And yeah.
All right, that was a little bit different than the first time. Certainly, it was like one counter attack during the second phase, and it was over. Duliso hitting level 29.
Well, turns out this Neveron wasn't that strong, but you did well. You learn fast.
All this is what we're fighting for.
Oh, okay, mine was already 28 and it leveled to 29. And combo attack going from 9 to 29 as well. Going up. I should probably swap Miles' weapon back too. I equipped her with the one that gives her a shield on defense. I've always kind of thought that that was a... I'm sorry, on parries. But yeah, the Shalium. On defensive stance, gain 1 shield per parry, but lose all shields on turn start. So like if you... As long as you can parry like the first couple of blows in a row, you know, it kind of seems like you could keep yourself shielded. 20% increased light damage with skill. What does she do for light damage? 50% increased counter damage. Light damage with skills. 20%. That is odd to me. It's lightning damage. Momentum strike uses, well, maybe this one, right? Because it uses the weapon's element, which is light. Let me see. Increased light damage with skills. Yeah, it must be that, right? Any of her weapon skills that are gonna deal damage based on your element or your weapon's element. That's got to be it. Void damage on Phantom Strike. Fire damage, fire, physical, void. Yeah, she doesn't have skills that do light damage, so it's gotta be like momentum. So what does she have here? Let's see. Low single target fire, physical. Here, the Fencer's Flurry. Also, medium damage to all enemies. That's lame. Guard up, last chance. This is lightning. Momentum does the weapon's element. This is physical. The offensive switch does as well. This is only one hit though. Per se is physical. Void, fire, physical, void. Your sword, sword ballet would work as well. So that would have been good with the sword ballet, right? Because I used to use that constantly before the damage cap was raised. Yeah, that actually would have been good with sword ballet. Yeah, and I love the 50% increased counter damage per shield. So if you've got an enemy that's doing a really long combo on you, and you build up a bunch of shields, you just wreck them with that counterattack. This weapon is really cool. I should have used this probably more during my first playthrough as well, but I was so... well, actually, I don't remember where you get this. I should take a look at that too. But the Jarum, was just so good too. Switching to Virtuous Stance on every counterattack was nuts. I mean, this is why I soloed so much stuff with her, right? Because she's the one getting attacked, obviously, if you're there solo. So every turn she's switching into virtuous. I guess this has the same ability, 50% increased counter damage per shield. I don't think, though, I had this leveled up to that point for a long time. I remember this thing being level 17 forever, so... but I should have done that, right? Because In Medea's Rest would have given her a ton of damage because of those 3 shields. So, yeah, that was maybe a missed opportunity on my point. But to be fair, though, it felt like she was just so overpowered already, right? Like, I can't even imagine those shields doing any more damage, right? Because we were capped at the 9,999 anyway. And so that actually wouldn't have done really anything, to be honest, for me, until the damage cap was raised. And at that point, kind of none of this stuff mattered anyway. Let's go back, though, to the Lithium, which is just insane. That weapon is just so strong. I guess I can toss the other 2 characters back in. Could grapple across and use the... Oh, hang on. Yeah. Could grapple across and use the save point, or the flag, but I don't think I'm going to bother.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I think that fight, though, the initial playthrough was just an absolute blast. Like, maybe it's just because the thing looks so cool, too, and it dual wields. I'm a big fan of the dual wielding.
What have we
Revive tint
here?
energy. Which maybe is why I like, or liked Verso. I mean, he's such a crap person, but... I should say, this version of Verso is crap, but I'll give him a little bit of credit for the dual wielding. And I would say Gustav still my boy, but man, in combat he just doesn't stack up to
This the place?
to Verso.
Yeah. We can bury your friend under this tree, if that's okay with you.
Couldn't wait for me, could you? I wish we could.
Rest easy, Gustav.
I'll finish what you started. The paintress, Renoir, they will pay.
No more dome. Just open skies.
I'll save them, Gustav. Emma, your apprentices, everyone.
You can leave it to us.
You were always there for me.
I'll save them.
Say hi to Soph for me, yeah?
We could never tell if you were my brother or my father. But to me, you were both. Best brother and father I've ever had.
When one falls, we continue.
Thanks for being my family. alive.
So once again, CL being the one to kind of hold Mael here and you know try to and comfort her, which again is the parallel between her and her mother. I sort of, though, you know, now that I've played through the game, I have a reduced opinion of Aline though. Like I don't know that she's the, you know, the super loving mother. So I guess maybe CL is just a better person. I mean, I'm not saying that you know, if Aline was here, she wouldn't comfort her daughter by any means. I'm not saying that because I don't think we know enough about her to say something like that. But what we do know is that, you know, Aline is harsh and certainly harsh towards Alicia. And again, the fact that she doesn't, or basically the painted version of Alicia is scarred, you know, and essentially still maimed even here. So even, she, you know, of course, Aline's got the option of painting her without those defects, and she chooses not to do that. So I think maybe CL, you know, being you know, a more motherly figure here and comforting her it just says more about the quality of her character, I think, than anything else. But also, I gotta say, this scene makes me dislike Verso even more. You know, the fact, again, that he had the option of, and I know his motivations, obviously, he was afraid that, you know, whatever, if Gustav was still around or whatever, they wouldn't be as motivated to take down Renoir, right? I don't know that I really buy that though, right? Like that doesn't jive so well with me. But whatever, that was Verso's choice. That's how he saw things, and you know, fair enough. That it is what it is. But again, I think this scene makes it so obvious that was just such a dirtbag thing to do of him. So yeah, definitely major lost respect. I think even as I go through the game, I liked Verso more the first time, but now the second playthrough, it just seems like, you know, and again, knowing more about his backstory and the things that he did really just hammers home how this version of Verso is just a total piece of shit. But anyways, and insanely selfish, right? This he's so doesn't find other life, and certainly the expeditioners' lives to be really worth anything to
For
him.
about 2 hours. Then there's a big lake. We shouldn't go there at all. We should make a right, and then it's gonna take a few hours, and then we make a stop. We get some rest and some food, and then from there, we head north to Monoko Station.
Why there?
To recruit my oldest friend. We'll need the extra firepower, because our next goal will be to take down the Paintress' heart.
Her heart?
Yes. You can't just stroll up to the Paintress. The chroma there is far too dense. It erases anyone who gets close. But if we destroy her heart, the barrier will fall.
Okay. So where is this heart? What does it look like?
What it looks like, that I don't know. But I do know that it's somewhere in the center of old Lumiere.
You found old Lumiere?
Yes.
So it's true. Before the fracture, our Lumiere was part of a larger city on the continent.
I've traveled with many expeditions. I was with the 58th when we found Old Lumiere. But Renoir erased them before we could get further. And I don't know much more.
All right then. Let's go meet your friend at Minoko Station. And then, we'll take the Paintress's heart.
All right, I assume we've got some relationship building, but let's take a look.
How far up the mountain is Minoko Station? Will we see snow?
Not too high, but yeah. There's usually snow.
Fantastic.
Oh, right. There's no snow in Lumiere.
No, only in books and paintings. It's almost as mythical as Gestrels.
And just as fun. And sometimes just as deadly.
Oh. Really? My husband was obsessed with the idea of snow. I can't wait to see some.
That you will.
All right, Verso approaches Ciel, who seems open to talking.
You seem less stressed than the others.
Is that your conclusion? After your extensive observation of our team?
Yes.
There must be better uses of your time than analyzing our stress levels.
Well, it's important to understand your teammates.
Says the mysterious stranger who has yet to share much about himself.
Then consider this my attempt to be less mysterious.
Oh, is that what this is?
I'll trade you. A story for a story. Quite fair, I think.
Well, there are stories, and then there are stories. You first, then.
Something unusual, then? Strange wonders and mysteries?
A bit impersonal, Not really how you get to know each other. I don't think that's worthy of a trade. No. Tell me something dark and melancholy and personal.
Ooh, going straight for the heavy stuff, huh?
If we're going to share, let's share.
Story for a story, right?
We'll see.
Verso and Ciel spend the next few minutes arguing whether Ciel should also share. Ciel continues to tease Verso, who remains evasive. Verso and Ciel's relationship grows a little bit. Oh, 0 to 1. Back to the others. I think we can do one more here for her.
How far up the mountain?
Not too hard.
Right, we've already done this.
No.
And just as...
Oh, my husband.
Nope, that is it for her for now. Luna it is.
Your oldest friend is a Gestrel.
Yes. We've been friends for as long as I can remember.
Gustav would have loved that.
Why? Because he liked Gestrels.
Because he liked the idea of friendships that could last decades. We don't get to enjoy such long friendships in Lumiere.
Alright, let's spend some time with Lune. Lune intercepts Verso as he walks by the fire.
Why are you allying yourself with us?
Not a lot of options out here, in case you hadn't noticed.
What about the previous expeditioners? Did you help them too? Yet they still failed.
That's a terrible way to ask questions. Do you always interrogate people like this?
Given the circumstances, I think we can skip the pleasantries, no?
Alliances are usually give and take, as are conversations. Trust goes both ways, no?
Alright then. As a gesture of good faith, I'll show you how to use Lumina.
No need. I got it.
Well, aren't you a quick study?
But I appreciate the gesture. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Trust works both ways.
All right. As a gesture of good faith, I'll answer 3 questions. Choose wisely.
Only 3.
Someone's a bit greedy.
3 questions with 3 follow-ups.
You're really pushing this.
I think it's reasonable.
All right. Go for it.
Alright, Lune spends some time bombarding Verso with questions. Verso remains evasive, which pisses Lune off, but also triggers her insatiable sense of curiosity. Lune is reluctantly intrigued, as is Verso. When the interrogation is over, they go back to the others. Let's see if she's got a second one.
Gustav would...
Why?
Because we don't get to...
Nope, she doesn't either. Mael is up next.
How come Minoko lives so far from the other Jestrels?
Minoko's a searcher. They travel the land looking for Jestrels who went missing after the fracture.
The lost Jestrels.
Yeah. That and he, pissed off Golgra.
That was sad.
Yeah.
You were sad.
Yeah.
You were thinking of Julie.
And not just her, but... yeah.
Want a hug?
Yeah. I do.
She reminds me of someone.
Who? Mael?
Have I met her before?
Well, you also thought you knew CL.
Oh, but I do. Wait, don't I?
Sometimes I feel like you know everyone.
Oh well, that's because you're all cousins. Same, but different.
Right, so, maybe it's that.
Yes. Ah, just like Verso is Verso's cousin. Mael is Mael's cousin. Yes, that's it. You're so very wise.
You know, that almost makes sense to me.
It's okay if you don't understand, Verso. You're still wise to me.
You're just a big ball of nonsense sometimes, aren't you?
That's why we're best friends.
Eskie and Verso have fun talking to each other a bit more. Their bond grows. Talk a bit more nonsense before going back to the others. Alright, let's see if we can talk more nonsense.
You were thinking
Not just her.
one.
Yeah.
That is it for SKA for now. I like there that he does bring up Julie. Don't remember if I've got... Did I find any more Jestrels? Nope. Not yet. I think we've got some more coming up though. Oops, wrong way. guesses we've probably got some journal stuff to do. Indeed. Mael finds a spot where she can write. She spends some time writing in Gustav's journal to honor his memory. She gathers her courage and writes about Gustav's sacrifice, how he laid the trail. She hopes Gustav's apprentices will read this journal someday. Mael heads back. Alright, let's check up on the others.
What are you working on?
Contingency plans. If we fail, Expedition 32 will need every bit of information we have.
Right, but how are you going to get it to them?
I asked the Gestrals for help.
Smart.
What are the stars whispering to you?
Actually, I'm the one whispering to them.
Oh?
It's something my dad and I used to do. When I was scared, or anxious, or even when I was happy, he'd say, share it with the stars. When it's hard to talk about things, the stars will understand.
I like that.
I talked to the stars a lot after he was gone.
I remember the night we first met at the Crooked Tower.
Right. After the gommage.
I was surprised to find you there. I thought I was the only one who knew about that room.
I had to get away from the harbour. And those damn petals everywhere. So I climbed up.
It wasn't logical. But part of me really believed my parents and their expedition had succeeded. That they'd stopped her. Then the paint just woke. And I knew they weren't coming home.
You know, it meant a lot to me. The comfort we shared that day. But you avoided me after. Why?
It wasn't personal. I cut a lot of people out of my life.
Okay, not personal.
That day, I knew my parents had failed. They were counting on me to finish their work. I couldn't afford distractions.
Friends are not distractions.
I know that now.
Wow. We're in the middle of nowhere with 1 year left to live. What better time to build friendships?
I could use some wine, though.
Making friends is thirsty work.
Mael quietly approaches Lune, wanting to apologize for her behavior on their way to bury Gustav.
Hey. Hey. I didn't mean...
It's fine.
I just...
I miss him too.
It's hard.
The pain we feel every time we lose someone. I've tried many ways of dealing with it. Running from it, sitting with it, compartmentalizing it. But what I needed was to use it. To use everything.
What do you mean?
I feel everything. And I let it burn inside me when I'm tired, when I feel hopeless, when I want to just let it all go. I use the pain. I use the fear, the shame, the guilt, the anger. I use it all to keep going, to make sure I continue.
Lune.
I can almost feel them beside me. Everyone we've lost, walking with me, especially when I use chroma. I feel their presence, their closeness, and they help me.
You feel Gustav?
Yeah, I do.
I'd like to feel him with me too.
You have an affinity for chroma too. Try it.
How do you always know what to do?
I don't. Want to know a secret? I have no idea what I'm doing. And I don't think anyone else does either.
Really?
Don't tell anyone else I said that.
Mael and Lune spend more time together in a moment that was special for both of them. Oh, that's cute. Alright, that's it. Let's go to sleep.
Thanks. It really was a beautiful place.
Glad you liked it. I've buried friends there too. You were right about condolences. We offered them because we don't know what else to say, but there's no comfort there.
No.
All we can do is carry them with us.
I guess. Sorry. It's just wet.
Drowning in our own sadness. Hey, why did you join the expedition? I mean, with the Gamage, I understand the rest of the team's decision, but you're half their age.
here seemed better than in there at the time.
It's natural. Wanting to escape a life you don't want.
Escape. Yeah. That's what I wanted. But Gustav and the others, they really want to change things.
Well, changing your life also counts. Can't always shoulder the world's problems, you know? It'll drain you fast.
Gustav would probably say, if more of us cared, then it would lighten the load for everyone.
He sounds like a good guy.
Wait. I kept Gustav's, so you can have mine. You'll need one if you want to be an official member of our merry crew.
I gotta say, I didn't take you for an official kind of person.
Welcome to the disaster expedition.
Thank you.
So I really do like that conversation there between Verso and Mael. Verso obviously saying that it's natural to escape a life that you don't want, which again, you know, knowing both characters' endings, that is exactly what Verso is doing. He's trying to escape a world, a life that he doesn't want. And obviously the mirror to that is Alicia, right? The real Alicia, and especially in Mael's ending, is escaping a world that she doesn't, or a life that she doesn't want, right? Her essentially her real life, and in her ending, you know, escaping into this life instead. So I just thought that that was very interesting to think about. But anyways, that is going to be it for this one. As always, I hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.